Patricia Joseph. Long ago, a haunting enigma plagued the nation, its whispers lingering for half a century. In 1971, innocence shattered, leaving Windsor stunned. For 18 years, uncertainty clouded the land, tormenting Lubitz family with unanswered questions, echoing through time. Get ready for a thrilling ride as we unravel this captivating mystery. Welcome to Daily Crime, where we explore the fascinating realm of crime and mystery. Join us on a thrilling journey as we delve into complex puzzles and uncover the secrets of the human psyche. Subscribe now to be part of the action. Fort Jones, a quaint town nestled in Siskiyou County, California, with a population of barely 800 and surrounded by the majestic Mount Shasta. This hidden gem boasts a rich history and breathtaking landscapes. But beneath its tranquil facade lies a chilling crime waiting to be exposed. In Fort Jones, the name of Colonel George W. Jones was reverently uttered. His fort, which represented hope during the California gold rush, is still alive with untold stories today. However, among the bizarre tales, one unusual person stands out. The Country Time Cafe's creator, Patricia Joseph, radiated kindness and wisdom much beyond her years. In the serene town of Fort Jones, Patricia Joseph's death created a mystery. Joseph's sudden disappearance left the community in a state of shock and uncertainty. Days turned into anxious weeks as worries for her safety intensified. Eventually, a determined search party was formed, driven by the desperate hope of locating Joseph. Tragically, after several days of being reported missing, Joseph's lifeless body was tragically discovered in the distant waters of the Klamath River, nearly 30 miles away from her home. The news spread through the town like wildfire, casting a somber cloud over everyone. Their minds were consumed by a haunting question. What had transpired to lead to her demise? A forensic autopsy provided some answers, but the revelations only deepened the sorrow. Joseph had suffered from brutal blunt force wounds and asphyxia, an unbearable truth that shattered the hearts of those who knew her. To compound the horror, her body was found partially dressed, having spent days submerged in the water. The sight was gruesome, leaving the townspeople grappling with a profound sense of dread. They yearned for justice to be served, praying that the relentless efforts of the detectives would uncover new evidence and lead to the apprehension and conviction of the perpetrator responsible for this heinous crime. Meet the tenacious detectives working Joseph's case. They won't back down. Despite slim leads, they tirelessly follow every tip, knowing the key to cracking the crime lies in leaving no stone unturned. Though the suspect, Philip William Frace, escaped charges in 2012, the relentless pursuit for justice continues. The victim's loved ones long for closure, but the setback hasn't dampened the sheriff's detectives' unwavering fervor. But a glimmer of hope emerged in early 2021 as Sheriff Jeremiah LaRue rallied a formidable force, a team of forensic virtuosos. These experts, devoted to aiding the tireless major crimes detectives, embarked on a mission to breathe life into countless cold cases. Armed with the latest advancements and a penchant for unraveling physical evidence, they sought to rewrite the narrative of Patricia's tale, now that science and technology had leaped forward since the case first opened in 2005. By utilizing current forensic procedures and the evidence at hand, the investigators were able to positively identify a long-suspected suspect in connection with the crime. The irrefutable evidence linked this individual directly to the murder, bringing much-needed closure to the residents of Siskiyou County. As news of the arrest spread throughout the community, a sense of relief and gratitude enveloped the air, as justice had finally been served. On February 8, 2023, the Siskiyou County Superior Court witnessed a packed room of eager individuals awaiting the suspect's formal arraignment. Charged with the unlawful killing of Patricia Joseph, a crime that had remained unsolved for years, the suspect appeared before the judge, maintaining a stoic and detached demeanor as the charges were read. The strength of the evidence against him became increasingly apparent as the hearing progressed. He was denied bail and ordered to remain in custody at Siskiyou County Jail, with a hefty $2 million bail set. Finally, after years of waiting, justice was being served. Sheriff LaRue, who had led the investigation in the cold case team, expressed his satisfaction with the arrest. Lubitz topic. On the chilling evening of May 14, 1971, the world forever changed for 6-year-old Lubitz topic. The shadows cast their dark secrets as she innocently played near her family's dwelling on Triad Road in Windsor, Canada. A mysterious figure, driven by wicked intentions, enticed her away from the safety of her home with the promise of riches. Little did she know the horrors that awaited her. Tragically, Lubitz fell victim to unspeakable violence. Her tender body discovered in a state so abhorrent it sent shockwaves through the entire Windsor community. Who was this monstrous soul capable of such heinous acts against an innocent child? Today, our journey leads us to the enigmatic city of Windsor, known as the automotive capital of Canada, with its ties to the legendary Ford Motor Company. But beneath the facade of progress lies a tale of darkness and sorrow. Lubitz, born in 1965 to Luca and Paula Topic, was just one among 10 siblings of the Topic family. Their arrival in Windsor from Yugoslavia in 1966 was meant to mark a fresh beginning, a chance for a brighter future. Yet little is known about Lubitz or her family before the tragic events of 1971 unfolded. As the late afternoon sun began to fade, Lubitz's father, Luca, toiled away outside their home. In a nearby parking lot, the children played, blissfully unaware of the lurking evil. When the evening wore on, 6-year-old Lubitz rushed back home, breathless and brimming with excitement from her time spent with her siblings. She pleaded with her mother, asking if she could remain outside a little longer to save her a sweet indulgence. Unaware of the impending darkness, her mother, seeing no harm, granted her wish, cautioning her not to linger for too long. Little did she realize that these would be the final moments she would ever lay eyes upon her beloved daughter. Paula called her kids inside, but to her dismay, Lubitz was missing. Panic set in as she desperately asked the other children about her whereabouts. Her fear escalated to terror when her 8-year-old son, Michael, revealed a chilling story. He recounted how an unknown man had approached them near a cafe, luring Lubitz away with the promise of money for sweets. Unaware of the danger, Lubitz innocently walked away hand in hand with her kidnapper. As Paula realized her little girl was gone, she frantically searched the streets of Windsor, her desperation growing. But both Lubitz and the abductor had vanished without a trace, leaving Paula devastated. Fortunately, as she combed the area, a police car happened to pass by and she quickly sought help. Within minutes, more officers and volunteer citizens joined the search, transforming it into one of Windsor's largest police hunts. Despite their efforts, the hours passed with no sign of Lubitz, and authorities feared the worst. While tirelessly scouring yards, streets, and back alleys, they knew the grim reality that most kidnapped children are tragically killed within hours of their disappearance. Michael, the only eyewitness, described the abductor as a thin-faced man with blonde hair, possibly in his late teens or early 20s, and close to 6 feet tall. Based on Michael's account, the police released a sketch in hopes of catching the culprit. Sadly, the following day, the family's worst nightmare unfolded when the girl's mutilated body was discovered near a garage, her face covered in blood and her right leg broken. The police tirelessly questioned hundreds of individuals and followed up on tips from across Canada and the United States. Regrettably, all of these efforts led to dead ends, and the case eventually turned cold. However, the investigators refused to give up, holding on to potential evidence, including the girl's teeth, soil samples, and her small, worn brown shoes. Over the years, the case was reopened 6 times between 1970 and 2000, spurred by countless tips from the public. In 2004, advancements in technology allowed investigators to obtain a DNA profile of the killer, which they submitted to the National DNA Database, known as CODIS. Despite their efforts, no match was found, leaving the case unresolved even after more than 4 decades. In a decades-long investigation, numerous DNA comparisons were made with suspects, but all efforts were in vain. Certain evidence in criminal cases is kept private for various reasons. In 2015, a breakthrough occurred when fresh DNA evidence was revealed, giving hope to the mother of the victim. Detective Scott Chapman dedicated himself to solving the brutal murder of a 6-year-old girl. But despite extensive inquiries and over 500 persons of interest, no solid leads emerged. However, advancements in DNA technology finally led to the identification of the killer, Frank Arthur Hall, who had been a neighbor but a stranger to the victim's family. Sadly, justice eluded them as Hall passed away in 2019. Countless suspects were compared through evolving DNA testing, but no breakthrough occurred. Certain evidence is withheld for various reasons. In 2015, a significant discovery emerged: DNA evidence from a broken tooth near Lubitz's body. Hope sparked, and Lubitz's mother seized the opportunity to seek justice. Speaking to the media after years of silence, she shared her heartbreaking story and the lingering pain of losing her daughter. photo of Lubitz remained a constant reminder in her dining area. In 2018, detectives entered Frank Hall's DNA into databases like GetMatch and Family Tree DNA as part of the investigation. They found a potential match with the killer's relative. Through further searching, they finally tracked down the killer himself, identified as Frank Arthur Hall. Hall, an out-of-work laborer, lived in Lubitz's neighborhood, but was a stranger to her family. At 22 years old, he lured the little girl away with the promise of money. After the murder, Hall moved to Edmonton. Despite his criminal history, justice did not prevail in this case. Hall passed away in February 2019 at the age of 70. The shocking revelation left the community stunned, realizing the killer had been living among them. Lubitz's family suffered for 52 years without knowing who took their beloved daughter's life. It's truly frightening to discover that the murderer was a neighbor all along. That's a wrap. We hope you had a great time immersing yourself in mysteries, understanding criminals' minds, and untangling intricate deceptions with us. If you crave more heart-racing investigations, mind-bending true crime tales, and captivating analysis, subscribe now. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes by clicking the notification bell. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.